right. Hello, I'm Michael. This is Abdul. We're back here from the WP Help. We got some big news today, right? We're
Yeah,
actually going to tell people kind of what's been going on. We've had a little bit of a hiatus and regarding creating some videos. We have seen a little bit of growth in our product and our platform, which is kind of taking up some of our time, but still not a good reason to not be posting videos. So today we're going to talk about our new little baby that we have
yes.
created.
That we have
Abdul
been
and I
working
have
on
created it
for
together.
like last couple of months at least. We have been talking about it on this channel as well. We have been kind of pointing out that we are doing something, stuff like that. So I think today is the big reveal.
Yeah, we will. Obviously, we've been hiring those people and doing, starting to build the product. We've actually, I think, have the core base down, kind of what we want. And now we're going to be, we did our first sprint this week. The guys are still working right now, which is about an hour or two later than I think they all expected. But we're still knocking it out. But today we're going to talk about our new baby and what we're calling it. So previously we were known as the WP Help. Once we launch the new platform, I think that's when you'll see the name change completely go through. But we're going to give you a little tease or a little intro to the new logo. We are now changing our name to BionicWP.
Yeah.
And kind of the way we see it is, Bionic is kind of, half human, half machine. And that's kind of what we feel like we do to websites, right? And all of the things we're doing for our clients, right? We're making these things run faster, providing great support. So half human, half machine. Do you
And
want to kind of
no,
say anything about it currently?
I think just one thing where when you said we were previously known as the WP Help, I think we were previously known as a lot of names. So like this Bionic WP has been like a long journey that we've come across like with a lot of names. But I think yes, the WP Help was a kind of I think that's what we decided this would be the end. Like this is our name and here we are again kind of doing this. But I think now the thing is that with the new stuff that we were developing, we did feel that the name needed to be encompass that story, kind of have that story within it. So that's why the name Bionic WP and how it came along and how it was finalized also is a big story kind of a thing that we know and we will be telling. But I think, like you said, Michael, like having the augmentation part, having the enhancing part, I think that's what we do, and that's the kind of core concept that we have with the platform as well. At making sure that we give customers their websites enhance their capabilities, give them the tools they need. Kind of right now, to start with, it's just hosting, but going forward, it would be maybe a lot of different tools that come in as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. It will be fun to, see the Bionic.
Yeah.
I think you can hear Abdul's,
Yeah.
obviously still being, around Corona. We're all at home.
Yeah.
We all have the challenges. I think Abdul's little boy Hassan is trying to break in and
Yes.
crash our little video party, but
Yes.
we're gonna keep pushing forward here. So, yeah, the name Bionic, I think actually, like we kind of envision, half arm is machine or whatever it is, like as we're knocking these things out. But the platform itself is going to really give other people, other agencies, customers that come to us the ability to be bionic, right? To be able to do these things to augment their own sites and to give their own sites and enhanced capability.
Yeah.
I think the kind of unique thing is the how the name came about. I was flying back on the plane from Miami, and I was, I'd say a little spotty internet, which I think we all understand on the plane. And Abdul and I were just, chatting back and forth and, trying to come up with a new name for the platform, because I think after I left Miami, I realized, hey, there is a market for this. We got to come up with this platform. We got to build it. And just kind of going back and forth and, throwing out, I don't know, 20, 50 different names, checking to see if the URL exists. If it doesn't, right? Like that's the big test. Make sure the .com exists. Make sure there's no dashes. But yeah, I think we kind of came up on Bionic. Is there any other part of the story you kind of want to
No,
tell about?
I think I like it was interesting because we were flying back. So I think we were talking on Slack. We were coming, okay, this is the name. This is checking URLs. So I think that time we were like, okay, we need to kind of come up with a name, and then Bionic came up, and I was like, for me, this name, I think for me, it was like I heard it and I had this whole story come up in my mind that I could like kind of see, and I could see how this name kind of relates to us, and maybe a little bit of it is like the superhero kind of geeks that I am, so like kind of having that kind of an element in that as well. So I felt, okay, this is something that we can really work with and kind of something that I can relate to as well. And I feel that many of our customers, once we have the platform available, once we have all those things available, they can relate to this as well. So I think, like you said, like you came up with the name, and then I kind of like pushed through with it. Okay, we are using it kind of.
Well, I think that's the funny part of this is like Abdul has had to, like, I came up with it, but I wasn't 100% sold on it when we first started, right? And I could see the story as Abdul was explaining it, and kind of going through it, but I wasn't. I'd say I was 70% there, and then Abdul just kept using it in our chats. And then anytime we'd talk about the platform, he'd say, yeah, when Bionic is blah, 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 that when BionicWP is launched, or when BionicWP has these guys, or when it was just constantly like just drilling it into my head until I was like, just in a submission state where I was just like, okay, fine, it's BionicWP. But yeah, it was fun to get there. But it was interesting. I don't know if you want to add anything on how you felt like you had to get everyone on board.
I think for me it was like, because I really liked the name, and we did have a few discussions after that as well with other team members of coming up with names. So for me, none of those other names like literally came at this point. So I was like, okay, like this is the name, I think. So I did do a little bit of I just started like telling everyone Bionic, like in every conversation. So kind of they were thinking, oh yeah, it is Bionic, kind of a thing. Like that's what started happening. Like everyone started agreeing to that, even without like completely agreeing to the name first. They just started referring to it to that. So I think that's what happened. And I think with how the platform and everything, I think, like I said, like this story, like how we want to do it, like this is kind of a core value as well, like making sure that we kind of enhance capabilities of our customers, right? So I think that's where we bring up the name Bionic, that having tools, because that's the idea in a platform, because there are a lot of managed hosting providers out there, right? We're not the first, we won't be the last. The thing is that we need to make sure that we are doing stuff that not other people are doing. So the idea is to have tools in the platform, have capabilities within the platform that like kind of help you as an agency owner or as a normal customer who has its online business like an e-commerce store or a blogger, make the most use of their website, like how they can improve it, how they can make it faster, how they can make sure that their website is performing correctly, and even pinpointing problems, because one of the biggest problems that come up is when something goes wrong, right? Every host is good until something goes wrong, kind of like with hosting, it's like that, right? So when something is going wrong on your website, it's loading slowly, anything is happening, having the tools available there, you can just quickly go in and check them. Okay, what's the problem? Why is your website slow? Is there any plugin that's making it slow? Is there any piece of code? Is there any query? So giving you the capabilities as a customer to like do that, kind of like democratizing the whole kind of the hosting environment. I would say that's the main idea behind it.
Yeah, and I think obviously giving our customers or people that are on our platform the ability to upvote and to ask which kind of features they want inside of the platform as well is going to be a big part of this as well. So short and sweet on this video, but just wanted to tell you that it's coming soon, right? We'll have our two developers probably won't like me saying this, but by June 1st, we'll have the ability to log in and log out and launch an instance, or launch a site, I should say.
Yeah.
And then we'll be adding more and more on that. So it's May 15th right now. We will see if we hit that on June 1st. But yeah, anything else, Abdul?
No, I think that covers it for the name. So I think we're very excited.
Great.
Just like
we are
very excited for this. And like you said, like the developers definitely like they are on board for June 1st. But yeah. Today is the first test, right? That's why, like you said in the start, they're still working. So today is the first test. Let's see how that goes.
Exactly, the first sprint today. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you like the new name. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.